Hey, good Wednesday afternoon. I'm Nick Oresco, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. Top stories in just a minute. But first, let's bring in 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis. Some snow this morning, Brian. Temps warmed up to near 40 degrees today.
Yeah.
Felt nice.
There's some significant melting happening today. We're starting to see that February turn, as it were, late February turn to more of kind of a spring-like feel. A little hint of it, at least. Anyway, traffic seems to be running along fine. The snow earlier today certainly slowed things down, but we're pretty much back to normal here. You can see the Mass Pike is running fine. The usual minor backups on I-291 and N91 South. Let's take a look at the relatively mild air. 41 degrees right now in Northampton, 36 in Greenfield and Orange, 38 Westfield, 39 in Springfield. And clouds and radar showing mostly cloudy but dry weather. There are some rain and snow showers farther to our north and to our west. These are going to try to make a run at us a little bit later on this evening. We'll update where and when and talk a little bit about the rest of the week with the 22 News Storm Team Skycast.
We've now learned that a man was shot and killed at a home on Barton Street in Springfield early this morning. Springfield police spokesman Ryan Walsh said that police were called to the home at around 2 o'clock this morning. When officers got there, they found a man had been shot and was unresponsive. The incident led to a large police presence outside of the house for several hours. The victim was taken to the hospital and later died from his injuries. There's no word yet on any suspects. Police continue to investigate. 3 Springfield men are facing multiple drug charges in connection with a drug bust that took place this morning on Dickinson Street. This drug bust is part of a multi-week investigation of 41-year-old Dean Banks, who made a suspected drug deal this morning. Police detained Banks and the suspected buyer and another suspect who ran from police. 100 grams of powder and crack cocaine, loose ammunition, a taser, and nearly $5,000 in cash were seized in the deal. Well, 22 News is working for you with a cone zone alert in Wilbraham starting tomorrow morning at 7:30. Brainerd Road will be closed through traffic. That's due to water service repairs being done. The work is expected to last until 3:30 Thursday afternoon. Wilbraham police say detours will be in place and are advising drivers to avoid the area. The U.S. military said it conducted a strike in the Caribbean on Monday, killing 3 people on board an alleged drug trafficking boat. It was the 44th strike announced by the Trump administration in a campaign against drug trafficking from Latin America that began back in September. That's according to the New York Times. The strikes have now killed at least 150 illegal drug traffickers. Also, today we're following news from Cuba's Interior Ministry, which has announced that 4 men on a U.S. registered speedboat were shot and killed after being intercepted in Cuban waters. We'll have the latest tonight at 5. Back now, meteorologist Brian Lapis. Near normal temperatures today, Brian, around 40 degrees. We go up from here this weekend.
Yeah, we do. Could be close to 50 in some places here over the weekend. Let's take a look at what's happening right now. You can see here on our clouds and radar, we're gray, but we're dry. We could see a few more scattered rain and snow showers later this evening. 5 o'clock here this afternoon, a few clouds around, partly to mostly cloudy at 7 p.m. And then after 9 o'clock, this little wave of scattered rain and snow showers moves through. So between 9 and midnight looks like the prime time for this, maybe as late as 1 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then we clear out. Temperatures drop back down into the 20s, I expect, maybe even some teens. This is 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Sunshine. Actually, not a bad day. A few clouds develop in the afternoon. There's going to be a storm system off to our south. There is one forecast model that we look at that brings in some light snow showers or flurries in here tomorrow afternoon, so I can't rule that out, but pretty confident that we're going to have a dry day here tomorrow, and we'll be dry into and through the weekend. We'll show you on 22 News at 5.
Grammy-nominated blues guitarist Corey Harris held workshops with students at the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts this morning. He spoke with students and answered their questions about his career and music. One of the main points Harris hit on was the importance of passing on history and, in this case, the cultural impact behind the blues. The 2-day residency will culminate tomorrow with a school-wide live performance and presentation from Harris to learn about his journey and creative process, as well as the cultural roots of blues. In the NBA now, despite no Jaylen Brown, the Celtics won their fourth straight game last night, defeating the Phoenix Suns 97-81. The Celtics' defense was what did it. The team held the Suns to just 11 third-quarter points and just 35 in the entire second half. Derek White led the way for the offense, finishing with 22, 8, and 8. The C's are now 2 games up on the Knicks for second place in the Eastern Conference and take on the Denver Nuggets later tonight. Before that, starting at 5 on 22 News, we'll continue our coverage on the Barton Street shooting that left one person dead. We'll have the latest information from authorities. Plus, a diner in West Springfield that was destroyed in a fire nearly 2 years ago has been rebuilt. We'll give you a look inside the business. And the 22 News Storm Team will compare this season's snowfall to years past. Ryan.
Traffic seems to be running smoothly up and down I-91 and across the Mass Pike. The usual slowdowns early in the evening commute at the end of 291 and the 91 South merge. And looks like we've got dry weather for the most part heading into and potentially through the weekend. We'll track it along with a warming trend on 22 News starting at 5.
And updates anytime at wwlp.com, on the 22 News app, and always on 22 News Plus. We'll see you tonight starting at 5.